Do you have the Oh, hi. I'm Nancy.
I'm John.
We had
J&N Travels. Boy, this internet is really lagging
that
today.
caught us off guard. Wow.
It certainly is lagging.
Yeah.
Well, welcome in to another Wednesday afternoon of current travel news and a little travel discussion. It's 80 degrees outside.
Yeah,
Nancy.
finally, after a cold Memorial Day weekend, it warmed up.
Yeah.
That was a really cool weekend.
So, we're supposed to get 80s now for the next 10 days.
Yeah,
so that's great.
Good, yeah.
So we're going to go into the news, but first let's pop into our chat and see who's in the house. Your friend Maxwell Smart is the first to pop in.
Maxwell Smart.
Then Fit for Expedition. Thank you for coming in. Thank you very much. And our cruising buddy, nautical nurse Nancy, who is heading out for a cruise, and I want to say it's 10 days now.
Nancy, you are a travel bug.
They're going out of Bahamas.
Nice.
With a big group of creators, so it's really a lot of fun.
You should have a blast.
Kenneth, thank you for joining us.
Hi,
and
Kenneth.
He's bringing in a raid from Roy and Becky. Thank you very much for coming in.
We appreciate
Nice
that.
froggy opener. Yeah, it took me a while to figure out how to get that into it, but you can see it lags for some reason. I'm not sure if I think it's that computer. I think we're so bogged down with video now that it slows it down. And Roy and Becky, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you, Roy and Becky.
Yeah, this is 10 days. 10-day countdown.
Yeah.
That's going to be so exciting.
Oh, my gosh, I know. That's so fun.
Camping therapy, welcome in. Welcome in.
Camping therapy. I need some travel therapy right now.
We're crossing our fingers. We're just hoping with all the news coming out that we're still looking for October.
Yeah, we're going to go in October.
Yeah, Nancy's response, she was definitely love to travel. So happy the cruising is coming back. I know.
That's
and
great.
And Mary Ellen Dillon, thank you for coming in. She's on one of the cruises that we're looking into.
Oh, we'll get to meet her. That'll be nice.
Well, we're not on the cruise. It's one of the cruises that we're looking at.
Oh, I thought you meant she's on the cruise that we had booked.
No, this is that one out of Baltimore.
Okay, sorry about that, but I'd still like to meet her. I like to meet everybody.
She's listening at work. And
nice.
Juma Brown.
Hi, Najuma.
Thank you for joining us. Always a pleasure seeing you in the house. Disney Drain.
Oh.
Usually when I'm popping into their stuff, it's their lives that are down in Disney World.
Yeah, exciting. I wore my Disney sweatshirt the other day, and somebody at the supermarket told me that was a pretty awesome sweatshirt. It was 100 Years of Magic sweatshirt, and that was in, it celebrated Walt Disney's birth.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what the 100 years was.
He would have been 100 years old in 2001, and they did the 100 Years of Magic, and I got a sweatshirt that said 100 Years of Magic.
Nice.
With all the characters on it. It was really nice.
Mary Ellen says Nurse Nancy's on that Pride too. That's it.
Oh, the Pride.
One of the prides we're looking
Carnival,
at.
Right?
It's Carnival Pride out of Baltimore.
Okay. Wow.
Remember we were looking at that in one of the Oasis ships out of New Jersey. We're going to see what other cruises opened up in the next month or so. Okay, let's get into our current news.
Yeah, current travel news.
And there's been a lot happening everywhere. So, this Nance just popped into the, I hadn't even seen it until last night when I was putting this stuff together. But Disney is offering first responders and teachers incredible discounts. So if you're a teacher or first responder and you're looking at going to Disney, there's some great deals out there right now.
They left out nurses? What?
First responders.
Oh, they consider nurses first responders.
As a small token of appreciation to first responders and teachers throughout the pandemic, Disney is offering discounts at different resorts during the summer. 8 Disney Spring hotels and resorts now have discounts that can be claimed before mid-July. Some deals are as little as $79 a night, which is great during the summer, and includes stays at different Hilton, Doubletree, Wyndham.
That's a nice hotel, Hilton Doubletree.
But all these are nice, and B resorts. I'm not familiar with B resorts in the area. Discounted rates are available for first responders and teachers now through July 10th, and stays are available through July 14th of this year. So teachers can celebrate the end of an unprecedented school year with a trip to Orlando. Along with the adjusted room rates, Disney is also offering a Passport to Savings booklet that includes coupons of various Disney Spring merchants. Advanced tea times at resort golf courses and bus shuttles are also part of the discount packages. So one way to get our son-in-law down, right?
Yeah, I know. That's right. Our son-in-law is a teacher, and our son's a first responder. So, boy, they can get discounts.
Oh, Mr. Ronnie and Alma.
Ronnie and Alma. How is it going?
One of our 2 friends that are in solitary confinement right now.
Boy.
Everyone's crossing their fingers because I think they're getting tested within the next couple days. So
I hope you're negative.
Hopefully Ronnie turns out negative.
Yeah. Oh, wow. What a...
Nancy said the Pride from Baltimore in October. Yeah, there were 3 or 4 in October, the Pride out of Baltimore. We're looking at maybe doing one of those as a back-to-back, but we're waiting to see what else comes out first.
Yeah.
Tommy Dotson, welcome in.
Hi, Tommy.
Saturday. Oh, I thought it was sooner than that. Okay, I've been following their blogs and Vizzo's blogs.
Yeah.
And they're very interesting.
Yeah. I feel bad the little food that they're giving them, just a little tray of measly portions.
They actually got a full pizza today.
Oh,
even though a personal pizza.
Oh my gosh, because they look pitiful.
So they get each other, but they don't have. They're not going on the excursions that Vizzo's been going on. He's been going on quite the excursions while he's in solitary confinement and stuff.
I know he's planking, right? His exercises?
Yeah, I haven't seen him plank in a few days, though. Rafi is free from quarantine just now. Oh,
whoa.
Breaking news here, guys.
Breaking news.
Rafi has been let out. Someone go ahead. Nancy, you know when he's flying home? So that's great.
Yeah, that is great.
So I assume he was tested. I'm not sure if I messaged him or what last night. I was talking to him last night. And he was saying, because I didn't know what the procedure was. Okay, you're in there for 10 days.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the 10 days, what if you're going to be tested again? What if you tested positive again? I guess there are 2 kinds of certificates. One, if you don't have anything, right? And then you can get on the plane.
Okay.
And the other one, they'll give you a certificate of some kind. I think if you have it, you could still get out of there because on some people, doesn't it stick in their body for quite a while?
Well, that's what I thought. I mean, I thought once you had the, the virus that you can't be tested for 90 days because it's still in your system. Yeah. That's how they told us at work. So that's why I think because we were being tested regularly at work, but those coworkers that I work with that did have the virus, they could not be tested until 90 days out. So because it would still.
But he was saying to me, they give you something to show that you were quarantined for 10 days. And
I see.
And then you can't spread it. I guess that's the big thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Tommy Dodson says he's been paroled.
He's been paroled.
He said he did get a negative test, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
He got a negative test, so it's not in your system. I don't get that. I thought it was.
I don't understand either. Maybe we'll talk to him after.
Yeah.
And he can explain the whole process to us. Okay. Anyone going to Disney? If so, take advantage of this
discount
opportunity. Yeah. Another Disney for our second news. Disneyland will welcome out-of-staters visiting June 15th. Disneyland opened up, and you remember how it took so long for them, over a year, I think it was, for them to get permission to open up. And they opened up, and it was just opened up for people in the state.
Right.
So Disneyland Resort will once again welcome travelers from outside of California starting on June 15th, so 2 weeks.
Coming up.
Yeah, the news announced at Disney Parks blog comes as California plans for a full reopening following the pandemic. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
They were so much under the gun, and now it's just everything opened up. Theme Park has also expanded its reservation windows so that visitors can book and plan their stays farther in advance. Other state guests can now begin booking and planning their visits to Disneyland. Until June 15th, guests will still need to be California residents visiting the park. So you got to show ID, and you still have to be California resident until June 15th.
Until June 15th.
Then it opens up.
And then anybody out of state can enjoy the magic.
Right. We just got a thing at my work, an email today saying that they were going to, for the month of June, they were still going to have social distancing and masks, but my work was, I think, going to go mask free in I think it's either July or August. Yeah.
Oh, you're lucky. I asked yesterday about when they think we could go mask free, and they don't think it's going to happen. Even though most of our employees have been vaccinated, and most of our residents have been, all of our residents has been vaccinated, and most of our employees have been vaccinated. But
yeah.
I don't know. I just do what I'm told until I retire.
All right, number 3, another theme park thing. Theme parks to allow full capacity this fall. That's huge because they were talking about doing this step by step. You know, they did the 25%, I think it was, or 35%, and they were thinking to do it gradual. But Disney CEO Bob Chapek said during a recent conference that he believes Disney World and Disneyland reach full capacity this fall.
Wow.
CEO also said the decision to allow full capacity would vary by park. In July 2020, Disney World reopened in Orlando with limited capacity and stringent health and safety protocols, while Disneyland waited until April to finally reopen in Anaheim with reduced attendance. Early this month, Disney theme parks responded to the CDC guidance by announcing they would roll back some of their mask policies and raise capacities. So everything's opening. Everything's opening. Well, which makes me think that we're going to hear, well, it's later on the news story, but makes me think later on we're going to hear this week that they've come to a compromise on.
Well, maybe we can all spread the magic, but not spread the virus.
Yeah,
that's what I say. Spread the magic, not the virus. That's exciting. We need a little magic in our lives. We all need that smiling Mickey Mouse face or true. Minnie Mouse.
Well, this is probably old news by now, and this is a time when we were watching this show. I don't know how many people out there watched this when it was first run, but this was our first exposure to cruising.
Yeah.
That got us into it. That got a lot of people in it. It used to be thought that only the very rich could do it.
Right.
And we had no shot, and then this kind of opened up.
I never thought I'd go on a cruise. You know, we're just middle-class people. I never thought that would happen for us.
The Love Boat actor and Princess Cruise ambassador Gavin MacLeod dies. The star of the popular TV show The Love Boat, Gavin MacLeod, has died at the age of, can you believe, 90.
90. He lived a long life.
He did. He has been and he's been active with the Princess Cruise Lines right up until his death.
Oh, wow.
He has been a well-known figure within the cruise industry and beyond as well, being an ambassador for Christmas, yeah.
Oh.
Princess Cruise Lines.
We should have cut his head off and put it on there and have Captain Stewie with us.
No, we get him in the back there.
Make a big cutout of Captain Stewie.
So how many of you guys watched The Love Boat or grew up with The Love Boat? It was such a corny show, too.
It was corny, yeah. And then you had all these actors and actresses, the old actors and actresses from different shows that would guest star on The Love Boat. And I always liked that.
Yeah. Fit for exhibition. Love The Love Boat.
Did you?
Yeah, and then they kind of destroyed it. Remember they had the Love Boat, and then it was a Love Boat Next Wave, and they tried to have a few other characters. I think they might have replaced everyone, but I think Isaac and Doc might have been the one they didn't replace. And
Julie they replaced.
Well, she was replaced in the main one.
Yeah.
And she went to drug rehab or something.
Yeah, she
but, you know, it's interesting. You look at it and you fantasize that you could be one of these people on the ship.
Right.
Right. Becky Travels, GGM Raid.
I hope all is well with you, Roy and Becky. They had some challenging times
Yeah.
with illnesses. I hope all is well.
Okay, going swinging to the cruise port. Carnival Cruise Line receives approval for Florida and Texas sailings. Carnival Corporation may soon be able to set sail with passengers on board. CCL is the latest cruise line to receive the green light from USA's CDC agency on portions of its restart plans as the company prepares to set sail in the USA waters after forming agreements with 3 home ports, Galveston, Texas, Florida, Port Canaveral, and Port Miami. According to the CDC guidelines, home ports must agree to support cruise ship operators with additional public health and operational resources before the vessels can move forward with either test sailings or full passenger operations. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. You got to figure it out. They don't have permission to sail. What they do is one of the guidelines with the CDC is they have to register with a port that if someone gets sick on the ship, there would be facilities and there'll be a way to get that person
to that
port.
medical
So
facility.
they have them with the Texas and the 2 in Florida. Whereas if there was a problem, they could pull into Port Canaveral and either unload the person or have the quarantine stuff for the person, something. The basic premise is they don't want to be having them float out in the ocean like they did a year and a half ago.
I know.
So that's one of the things. So they have passed that. The CDC approved their plan to do that. So now they have to decide if they want to either take a test cruise, which has a lot of restrictions, or if they can sail with, I think it's 98% crew and 95% passengers have to be vaccinated.
Okay.
So they have those two vaccinated. So those are the 2 options they have.
Okay.
The test cruise is a much longer way to go. And you ask me, why would they do that? Because some of the cruise lines like Carnival and what was the other one? I think it was RCL, have a lot of children and families.
Oh, right, okay.
And kids can't be vaccinated, even though I think that's going to solve the problem too, is that I think a lot of the children are going to get vaccinated before this all comes to a head, and that may not be an issue.
So I think with children, it was 12 and over that could get vaccinated. It was 12 and under that there was some, issues with. Is that right?
Yeah, well, they've voted at different states, and whether they around here now, you can get it for as young as 12 now.
I thought it was 12.
But some places still 16, stuff like that. Welcome in. I don't know if I acknowledged you before. Going Green Mom.
Going Green Mom.
So that's Carnival is very close to doing something. It's going to be interesting this week to see if they apply for the test cruise or if they're going to just go with the vaccine route, which I doubt they'll do.
So that ship that was stranded out in sea, they made a video of that. It was called The Last Cruise, right?
Yep.
Yeah, if anybody's interested in watching that, it's very interesting.
Next news item, and this is funny because we've been asking for weeks suggestions from people, and one of the things we had on our list was MSC because the fares were not that expensive, ships look nice. I did get online and do some research last night, and the MSC ships, I think there were 3 of them that were on there, were the cruises were one of the lowest rated. So that's why I think a lot of these people haven't been on it, and no one really recommends it. The big negatives they were saying was the food and the entertainment.
Oh, that's what you go for. Yeah, you go for the food and the entertainment.
But you wonder if everyone's going to go to, all these cruise lines going to go to the next level, when they do this. Nancy, if you're still there, do you what is the name of your ship that you're going out of the Bahamas on? I was going to look that up.
It was a Carnival Pride, right?
No, that's a totally different cruise.
Oh.
She's talking about this October.
They're
going out on the one in 10 days.
Oh, I see.
They got to fly to the Bahamas, and they leave from Bahamas. Okay, so this MSC cruise ship, if you look at it, it's a beautiful ship.
Yeah, it is a good-looking ship.
Okay. Oops, blew up too much. Okay. MSC Cruises' new ship of the future. The first MSC Cruises' new world-class cruise ship, MSC Europa, I'm going to go with, has opened for bookings, and the class of the ship will be the second largest in the world.
Wow, second largest.
It's 205, almost 206,000 tons. So only the Oasis ships will be bigger than that.
Jeez.
MSC Europa will be groundbreaking new cruise ship that will enter service in 2022. So it's not that far off.
No, it's
The
not.
ship's promenade will extend both indoors and outdoors. Now, I think they have a ship called the Seaside. We did a story on this coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
The indoor portion will be topped with a dynamic LED screen. I have a picture on my screen. That's a sleek
ship.
look of the ship right there.
Wow, that's beautiful. Oh my word, that is absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, so I don't have the screen
wow,
on that.
That is really fancy.
Okay, so the indoor portion will be topped with a dynamic.
I'd love to tour it. No, just to tour it, I would be thrilled.
LED screen, and outdoor portion will have the longest dry slide at sea. So this is a slide right here.
Oh my goodness.
I know you wouldn't go on that, but
I might. Yeah, it's a little high for me.
It beats the one on the RCL ships. They have that big purple one that goes down.
Yeah, wow, that's something else.
Has anyone ever gone on those slides?
That pool is so inviting that you feel like you're in Europe. That's very, very Mediterranean looking, isn't it?
We'll have the longest dry slide at sea, which will go down 11 decks.
Oh my God!
The size of the ship allows for completely distinct districts, each with their own mood and experience, from the tranquil adults-only Zen district to the lively promenade with entertainment shops and bars. There are 6 pools, 14 hot tubs. Guests can also expect the same high-quality, full-scale production theater shows that they have come to expect from MSC Cruises, as well as new and exciting immersive performance venues. MSC's World Europa's groundbreaking design is based on the new platform and sets her apart. Striking futuristic silhouette, the ship's signature 90-degree plumb bow shaped like an arrow will cut through the water with ease. I wonder if that makes it a smoother ride.
Maybe.
So there's no restrictions or anything. The promenade has breathtaking ocean views.
Oh.
It is half open to the sky and half covered by the imposing LED sky screen.
Oh,
the screen will feature tailor-made displays throughout the day. One of the key features of the completely reimagined ship is the spiral, which is a striking architectural centerpiece in the form of a dry slide spanning 11 decks, the longest at sea. The sleek curves of the impressive stainless steel slide make it true work of art, as well as a fun way to get from the top of the ship to the promenade.
Oh my gosh, you said it was 14 decks?
11 decks.
11, wow.
So that's one of your pools, and there's another pool outside there. And then, that's
now the ship is so beautiful. If they can just bump up the entertainment and the food.
Well, maybe they are. Maybe with the newer ships they're doing that.
Maybe they are. I hope so, because it's such a gorgeous ship. Oh.
So you can almost count the decks here, right?
Yeah, that. Oh,
1,
you
2,
said 11,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here.
Yeah.
So it either goes up another 4 up there, or I think that's the end of it.
You would do it.
I think it'd be great to try.
I would be scared. I'm scared of heights. That's a little too high for me. But I'd get pictures of you sliding down.
Yeah, you certainly would. Okay, the next one. What is the number one? No, I'm sorry. The next one is NCL Norwegian line cancels another scheduled sailing.
Oh.
Okay, now this they're doing one by one here.
Yeah.
And fingers crossed they don't. Well, it's not in NCL, but hopefully RCL doesn't do anything with the. I think it's too late with 10 days left to cancel any more cruises. But NCL announced it is canceling a second ship that was scheduled to sail from outside the U.S. this summer. Scheduled voyages from the Dominican Republic aboard the NCL Norwegian Gem are canceled on sailings between August 15th to October 10th. So basically all of them, I think.
We've been on the Gem.
Yeah.
That's an
The company was originally going to set sail with 3 ships outside the United States. The sailings on Norwegian Joy were canceled last week, and the Gem yesterday, leaving just the Norwegian Jade to sail from Greece.
Greece, huh?
Yeah, in an email sent to passengers booked on the Gem, the line announced the time required to get the vessel ready and the desire for Americans to sail out of local ports has driven the change. The port cruises were canceled so that the ship could be redeployed to Alaska. They just find it, like everyone said, remember when this thing started, they're saying, they'll just go to other countries and they won't come back. You know, they itching to come back because it's like us. We will drive to Florida ports, but we're not going to get on a plane and fly to a port, overseas to leave from. So
no, we won't do that.
That's the bulk of their people, and that's where they make all their big bucks. So they're canceling. I feel bad for people who had anything booked out there. Imagine having that and hotels booked.
But I'm a little confused about the Alaska, but they're going to sail out of...
There are several cruise lines sailing from the U.S., the West Coast, to Alaska.
To Alaska.
Since they got the exemption on the bill, which means they don't have to stop at the foreign port.
Right, so they're going to do that.
They're going to do that. They're allowed to do that till the Canadian ports open up again.
Okay.
Sometime in February. So all these cruises they're taking advantage of. They're getting ships over there. So the Joy is the one. I think the Bliss is over there too.
Oh yeah, that's a big that was made for Alaska. That ship.
The Bliss, yeah. We went on that out of New York, and they were saying that was made for Alaska.
Yeah, with that beautiful observation deck. That was called? That's what it was called, right? The observation deck, right?
Okay, Adventure to the Sea. That's the ship I want to look at later on. That's the one that's sailing out of Bahamas.
In
10 days.
And what cruise line was that?
That's RCL.
RCL Adventure. Okay.
Thank you very much, Going Green Mom. Please remember the thumbs up.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate that.
We appreciate your support.
Reminds me, Tuscan Villa or something. Yeah, that's like you were saying.
Yeah, I was saying that. Yeah, it looked very Mediterranean. Tuscan Villa. I agree.
Mary Ellen said that the Alaskan cruise is sailing from Seattle. So I guess they're all sailing from Seattle. Is anyone in here going on an Alaskan cruise? I know quite a few people are jumping on board. Not that you expect the deals would be super expensive, but they're not.
So Sherry's has
hers is next year.
Hers is next year. She's got a group cruise to Alaska next year. Okay.
Right. But I know several people
are going out this year.
This year, yeah.
This year, okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay, next one. Okay, anyone want to guess what the number one reason people say that they won't take a Disney vacation this year is?
Cost.
The number one reason.
Cost.
I will tell you.
I don't know. That's my guess.
Despite the pandemic still being prevalent across the U.S., many Americans say that they're more worried about the financial repercussions of taking a Disney vacation this year. According to a recent insider poll, safety concerns are still high.
Wow.
But those most unlikely not to visit are ones because of the cost.
Yeah. It's expensive.
Most people feel Disney vacations are too expensive, with hundreds saying they simply can't afford a trip. Standard admission to Disney World costs upward of $109 a day, and a park hopper ticket costs $174. Wow. Disneyland tickets are priced at $104 per day. As insiders previously reported, that means a typical trip to Disney World for a family of four would cost more than $6,000, which is too expensive for the average American family.
That's unbelievably expensive. That's just for a week?
Well, I think that's what they may even be just checking 4 or 5 days. They're just doing some rough math, but it is expensive. We always tell people kind of roll their eyes when we say take a cruise. It's the cheapest vacation out there. And they always roll their eyes at us. And it's one like this. We looked into renting a house down in Cape Cod, and when you figure in the food and what we eat and the entertainment and renting the house, it costs more than a cruise time for the two of us. So, yeah.
That's a lot.
So Mary Ellen is, no, that's the wrong one. Sailing on Carnival Miracle in August from Seattle to Alaska.
Oh, Mary Ellen. Awesome.
That's nice.
That's very nice.
I'm not familiar with I've heard of that ship. I'm just not familiar with it.
No.
That'd be interesting to look. I'll have to check that later on and see how many ships are right now planned on heading out to that are set there to do these Alaskan trips, because you only have, what do you got? I think they're going to run late this year and go into September. All right, so you got August, September, 2 full months, and then maybe half of July. I'm not sure when in July they're going to go out. That's going to be close, though, to July. Because none of these ships have been approved yet to sail.
Sounds wonderful cruising to Alaska.
Next news item, and I found this to be interesting. Australian international travel ban compared to North Korean law. On Tuesday, 3 judges upheld the government's, I guess it gets big on there. Oop, that was my thing, and then there's your Australia.
There we go.
The emergency order preventing Australians from leaving their country has been in place since March 2020. Europe and most of the world have opened up their borders. Only North Korea and Australia continue with strict controls over the citizens' ability to leave the country. Australia is alone among developed democracies with these restrictions, with the exception if there are exceptional circumstances. I imagine it's a death or something like that. Liberty Works lawyer Jason Potts argued that Australians had the right to leave the country under the International Covenant of Civil and Political Rights that Australia had ratified. The government says tough border controls have played an important part in Australia's relative success in containing the spread. Surveys, now this is what I thought was fascinating, right? You would think everyone's up in arms about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But surveys suggest most Australians agree with their government's drastic border controls.
Well, they do.
The Australian, which is a newspaper, published a survey that found 73% of the people responding said that the international border should remain closed until at least the middle of next year.
Really?
Yeah. And Australian Broadcasting Corp did a separate survey. It found that 79% agree with the international border that it should stay closed until the pandemic is under control globally.
Wow.
Imagine that.
You will return.
The same ship will be on in January to Hawaii. Wow, Alaska and Hawaii. To talk about two totally diverse trips. That's excellent. Trying to think, are you on the West Coast, Mary Ellen? Because I can't imagine you going from the East Coast and flying over to do these. Alaska cruise will be fully vaccinated, so won't. Okay, so they won't need to do the test sailing. So, I'm trying to think how that goes. I had this all in my head earlier. So, if they're going to be fully vaccinated, do they have to go through any other steps before they can go out, or are they all set to? Are they all set to sail? I guess is the question. I know they're waiting for their cruise and stuff like that, but oh, you are kidding. So you're on the East Coast. You got some long flights ahead of you then. Give you a lot of credit. That's the one thing scaring us about flying to the West Coast is just sitting on an airplane for that long. Okay, two more news items here. Number 10, no ruling from judge for DeSantis versus CDC. Now, I've been watching this all morning, and unless something came out in the last hour, I was watching this yesterday. I worked midnight shift, and I kept on checking the updates. Governor DeSantis is going head-to-head with the CDC over the cruise lines, the state's biggest industry. DeSantis sued the CDC over its sail order, insisting it's illegal from the federal government to single out cruise lines and require them to ensure all passengers and crew members are vaccinated in order to resume operations. The irony in all this is that the crew lines and the CDC have come together in what could be the start of cruising from Florida this summer. The only obstacle is a Florida governor's stubbornness in not allowing vaccine passports, something both the CDC and cruise lines are willing to do or have. The CDC order, which will not be updated until November at the earliest, came just days before DeSantis banned the so-called vaccine passports. I think we're going to, first of all, I don't think it's going to go to February. And there have been rumors, and I got to say this, there are rumors out there that there are some closed-door discussions going on where talk about trying to get out of this in a sneaky little way, where DeSantis is going to declare the port areas as international areas, which will then allow them to.
You were talking about Florida?
Yeah. Will then allow them to do their cruise ships. So that's going to be interesting to see how he gets out of this gracefully. Because what I didn't realize, but when I was reading something, is that he's looking at running for the presidency.
Really?
Yeah, in 3 years.
Oh my goodness.
So he's going to be very careful that he's not getting a lot of these people pissed off at him.
Right. Oh, interesting.
Okay.
All right.
Richard and Shello Woods.
Richard and.
That's Richard and Star.
Oh, really? I love your videos. They make me smile.
I followed him through Magic Kingdom yesterday. He gave me some bum lottery numbers, which I played and didn't win, which that's a discussion for another day.
You guys were great on Let's Make a Deal. That was fantastic. And the price is right. Too.
That's right. Welcome in, Blaine.
Hi, Blaine. What have you been up to? Are you traveling? Isn't he going somewhere?
It's not till August.
No, August. Oh, okay.
He's going to go on a month or two trip.
Wow.
RV trip.
Awesome.
Mary Ellen Dillon said, I flew to India 3 years ago on business.
India?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was 32 hours of flights and layovers.
Wow.
West Coast is easy in comparison. Okay, so I just tell her she's from Connecticut. She's flying.
Connecticut.
She's flying the one cruise out of Seattle to Alaska, and they're doing a separate cruise to Hawaii.
Oh,
so
nice.
I was just telling her how we feel about getting on airplanes.
Yeah. Last time we flew, we were forced to because our cruise ship broke down.
Richard, they were not the winning numbers, and you'll know that when you check your mail this morning. You see there is no churro there for you.
Aww.
I told them if we won a jackpot, I would send them a churro.
We could send you a homemade one. We used to make
Kenneth. Kenneth is going to be cruising with us.
Kenneth is going to be a first-time cruiser. Woohoo!
Thanks so much, J&N Travels. You're welcome. Okay, so the last news item, number 11, is test cruises. At least 2 cruise lines have applied and been accepted for test cruises. Now, as we discussed, the test cruises need to be done if you're not going to go vaccine. Mm-hmm. And both these cruise lines have a heavy-duty children and families on them.
Yeah.
So the 2 that have been Disney Cruise Lines will begin. They've actually applied, everything passed, and they've been accepted now to run test cruises. So they're going to begin a simulated test cruise this month.
Oh, good.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah.
Disney Cruise Line test cruise will sail on a 2-night voyage beginning on June 29th from Port Canaveral, Florida. Now, if you remember, there's several things that they changed. I mean, the CDC has really been backing down on their requirements. When this whole thing started and you did test cruises, you had to have it had to be volunteers, but they're letting them do it with crew members now from their same cruise line, but different ships. They had to be, I thought it had to be almost a week long so they could go through all the procedures. They're allowing Disney to do 2 nights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's all they have to do when things pan out.
Wow.
All guests aboard the simulated cruises will be volunteers and will not be required to pay for them. Oh. RCL is the other cruise line that will begin test cruises from Port Miami between June 20th to 22nd, 2021. So both of them could be technically, could have cruises out there out of the U.S. by July if everything goes. Test cruises are when cruise lines can operate ships with volunteer passengers in order to prove that the new protocols work. Do any of you know if anyone else is out there? Those are the only 2 that I heard have applied and been accepted. Carnival has, let's see, how did that work? I think Carnival's in the process of applying, but as far as I know, the latest news, they have not been accepted yet or passed their test to be able to do
I think Mary Ellen Dillon said only 1 Disney cruise ship, though, after... other ships will need to apply. So is that what you just said?
Let's see. Only 1 cruise ship, though. Other ships will need to. Yeah. Suppose if you have 26 ships, all 26 have to apply.
Yeah, all 26 have to apply.
But
gotcha.
It sounds like a lot, but keep in mind, things have been going away very quickly, and I think you might even see all these test cruises disappear soon.
Mm-hmm. What a mess this has been. What a mess.
And it doesn't make a lot of sense either. We're going out everywhere now.
Yeah.
You can go to a crowded bar in New Hampshire or Massachusetts. You can go anywhere, right? A hotel, bar, swimming pools. But for some reason, cruise ships, they think, I mean, I agree with their whole logic with cruise ships back when we were all wearing masks and socially distanced, because you can't really do that on a cruise ship. Mm-hmm. But at this point now, when everyone's allowed, if they test negative, you wouldn't think they'd have to go through all this, right? I guess. But yeah, every ship has to apply separately. So Disney's got 4. Do they have 4 now?
Magic.
Well, they have 2 bigger ones. I'm not sure if they're both out now, but so each of those ships would have to go through
Magic,
this.
Dream. I don't know what the other 2 are.
So, anyone want to throw the names of the Disney ships out there?
I know the Magic and the Dream. I don't know what the other 2.
We would love to do
we went on the Magic.
Another Disney cruise, right?
Yeah, that's would love to do.
And that was small compared to standards of ships now. I'd love to hop on a Disney ship, but someone mentioned it earlier. No, it was someone else that was talking. They're just a fortune.
Oh, they're too expensive. Yeah.
So, Fantasy's one. Did you say that one? So Magic, Fantasy,
Dream.
Is the Dream out yet? I'm not sure if the Dream is out yet. So yeah, so that's the thing with that. So that is our news. Next 20 minutes. So we just like to back and forth with you guys and on any cruise news you've heard or any trips you're taking. The Wonder. Did you
the Wonder.
So the Wonder was the Magic were the two that came out.
What?
Yeah, the Wonder and the Magic were the two that came out when we went on.
Okay,
those are the first ones.
Okay, and so the Dream and
Fantasy and the Dream must be the others.
Okay.
The Wish isn't out yet.
Oh, okay. So that would be their fifth.
Am I missing one here?
You just said 5.
The Wonder and the Magic were the first two, right? And then the
Dream.
Fantasy and the Dream are out, maybe, and so maybe the Wish is the 5th ship.
Mm-hmm.
Someone straighten me out with that. Does anyone have a Disney cruise plan? Yeah, Richard says a new Disney Wish is coming. So
okay.
I'm not sure if that's this year or it must be next year.
Well.
Hey, Brandon. Welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, Brandon.
Brandon's the son-in-law of mine that I do the sports shows with.
Yeah, we were just talking about
he's a teacher, and I'm guessing I don't think he's out yet, right?
No, he's not out. We were just talking how teachers can get a discount at Disney World.
That's right, Brandon. So now's the time to book.
Yeah, so Brandon, don't miss out.
Disney is too expensive. I know. Some people try and rationalize and say more things are included, but it's nowhere near what you're paying. I was looking I'm kind of hoping with all this stuff that you'd see sales out there. And
yeah.
They have this great deal for Disney Cruise Lines. But geez, it was a 5-night cruise for $2,000 or something. Or
wow.
I don't know, or maybe more than that. It was ridiculous.
It is.
Well, Blaine is going. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's heading to Florida tomorrow. We'll see arrival of Mardi Gras Friday.
Oh, okay. So
there's a big meetup going on at some park in Florida.
Oh, really?
And that'd be cool, Blaine. How long are you spending down there?
That's nice.
And they're all going to this park where they're going to see the Mardi Gras ship coming in.
Oh, that's really cool. That's awesome.
We actually tried to get on the Mardi Gras in October this year. And it was full. They weren't doing any more.
Yeah.
Now, if restrictions, I have a feeling a lot of these cruise lines that aren't popping up there are going to show up because they're going to lift the restrictions and they're going to raise the amount of people allowed. All of a sudden, you're going to see all these bookings on there.
Oh, boy. I can't wait to start traveling. 2 years is too long.
Blaine says, I can't see paying double to go on Disney Cruise just for them to announce my name when I get on. However, you get lots of things included, I guess. Yeah, but you don't get as much included to cover the cost. We figured that the math we figured was you can get 2.5 regular cruises for the price of one Disney cruise. And that's a lot. I mean, we'd rather go on other cruises.
Yeah.
And Blaine, I guarantee you, if you walked on a cruise ship, you'd probably have people screaming out your name anyways. But
well, I'm going to hold up my J&N cookie because I'm getting a little hungry here. And I'm going to enjoy my cookie here. Oh, wait a minute. I held up the wrong one. My J&N and the Froggy. Which one would you like?
I'm not going to have any right now. Okay. I always get behind the pictures for some weird reason. Okay, he's coming back. I'll be back Saturday night, leaving for the meetup in less than 5 hours from Port Canaveral. That's a lot of driving then. Did he say what day he's leaving? I thought he said he was going down on Saturday. No, tomorrow. What's today? Today is Wednesday, so he's heading down on Thursday. Okay. Now, are you taking your camper, Blaine? Are you going to camp down there, or are you just getting a hotel? Sounds fun.
So he's meeting up with a bunch of people on the cruising community. That's nice.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them going to be out there. Blaine said what I meant by that name thing is they announce your name when you get. Oh, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I was just making a joke saying that your name will be shouted, I'm sure, by people that recognize you when you get on the cruise ship. So you'll have your name several times. I know it's like the old cruise ships. A lot of you don't remember it. It ages Nancy and I, but cruises had midnight buffets, lobster. Even though
chocolate.
We keep saying this, NCL doesn't do lobster, but I guess on the second formal night, Carnival does do lobster.
Oh, they do. Yeah. Okay. And then they had the chocolate night. How did you?
Yeah, the chocolate buffet.
Chocolate
They had the
buffet.
fountain going.
Yeah.
And we, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So the early cruises, even the other cruises we'd walk on, they would say our name.
Yeah.
It was like the big deal thing back then.
Yeah.
Then they realized how much work it was and how much people just want to get a cruise ship. They don't want to wait in this long line just to hear their name.
Right.
Okay, you stay in the hotel.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I remember the midnight buffets and the
Are
chocolate
you sure you don't
gala.
want a bite of your J&N? It's really good.
Oh, I was, for some reason, I was assuming that Mallory is going with you. So you're just going yourself.
Oh, he's
then,
going
okay.
himself. Oh.
You stay in a hotel for Thursday, Friday for 2 nights, and then heading back. Plenty of photo opportunities, I can imagine.
It's interesting. It's so nice to get to meet people. You talk to them all the time on the computer and through the websites. And
Well, like
it's nice to know.
as much as he's on
Awesome.
every site you can, every chat you can imagine, there are people down there that he's never met. They're going to act like they met each other because they've been talking so much, but they've never physically met.
Right. It's really cool.
Yeah. So, okay. So with our plan and any advice, we'd like to take it. I've been asked for advice on MSC cruises, but I think I'm going to stick away from it just from the reviews I've been reading lately.
Well, yeah. I really love the entertainment on the ship, and I'd be disappointed if they had poor entertainment.
Right. And we're hoping that I'm just keep on checking. As soon as stuff's freed up a little bit, then I'm hoping you'll see online all these cruises, NCL cruise. We would like to do a cruise. Our plan is to do a cruise, maybe a back-to-back this fall, October, November, either either Baltimore, New York, Boston, or New Jersey. And then next year, when we have more time, we'd like to go down and spend a lot of time in Florida and maybe cruise out of Florida. So that's our plan.
And we're sticking to it.
Richard says, I like your background. Thank you very much.
Captain
That way.
Stubing.
You got to lean there. So if you
Oh, hats off to Captain Stubing,
That's right.
R.I.P.
The good old captain. Okay,
Yes.
so let's see.
The Love Boat
Wayne
all
said,
made
I'm
us
going to
smile.
have the gimbal and phone rolling. Well, wife just informed me the time is passing by. I'm going to go back and do the honey-do list. Hey, Blaine, have a great trip. And
Thanks for joining us, Blaine. We appreciate your support.
Blaine is one of our moderators, one of several moderators.
Yep.
We thank you for coming in. I'm sure we're going to see you on lives and everything else over the next few
And
days.
have a safe trip down south and enjoy your meetup with everyone.
Oh, welcome in, Michael and Bella's Travel. Thank you for joining us. Are there any dog-friendly cruises?
Oh, that's funny you said that. You can tell that story.
Well, no, I was going to say, I would say no, but we've been on one or two. Just one cruise, right?
Just one cruise that
One
had
cruise,
the dog.
And there was the cutest dog on it. In fact, if you look at the videos, you can see the dog on it.
Sunshine.
But Sunshine.
That was his name.
But it's classified as a comfort dog.
He was a comfort dog, and he was a Chihuahua, I think.
Is that what he was?
I think he was a Chihuahua. He was a little dog, and I believe he was a Chihuahua, and the cutest dog, and very well behaved.
Right.
I mean, you could put him in the palm of your
Right.
hand.
It's a great little dog. And, and I felt so bad for the people who had him, especially the guy who had him. Because
he got.
They go. You have to go through a lot of stuff. Like he had to have all these shots on the dog.
Yeah.
And then when he went to some of the ports, you're allowed to take the dog off to walk it.
Right.
So you don't miss the port calls. And what happened was they didn't recognize the different countries. There were 2 countries out of the 3 ports we went to that didn't recognize the vaccination.
Yeah, he was so disappointed.
Did not want animals on.
Yeah, he couldn't take the dog off the ship.
Right, so he lost out on those 2 ports.
Yeah, he was very frustrated by that. Yeah, because we had that conversation with him. Yeah.
So to answer your question, yes, but I'm not sure what you have to go through to get your dog on there.
Yeah.
And if there are ways that you can just take a dog, just a family dog, or if it has to be under the comfort. Because there were airlines that allowed all sorts of comfort pets, and now they're very restrictive on what they classify as a comfort animal. So I would say if you got a cruise in mind, call the cruise line and find out. Maybe certain ships do and others don't.
Yeah. That's a good point.
And that's another thing. Mary Ellen said they only take certified service dogs. So I'm not even thinking service dogs as far as someone with handicaps.
Yeah, so this would be
This,
not.
this was a comfort
This is a
one.
comfort
Definitely,
one.
this was
Yeah,
definitely a comfort
this
dog.
is a comfort dog. Someone who had maybe anxiety or
Right.
something. Yeah.
Nice guy, but he was very tense, so he probably needed his
Yeah,
relaxation.
nice guy. We had a nice conversation with him, but you could tell he had some issues. And
Tommy Dodson says Kunad's, I'm sorry, Queen Mary 2 transatlantic allows you to board a dog.
Oh, really?
Costly and limited space. You can visit them at specific times. I think it's twice a day. Okay, so that's more for transportation purposes. This guy actually had his dog in his cabin.
Oh, yeah, he had the dog in his cabin. He carried it everywhere he went. He had that dog with him all the time.
The only thing he did, and it didn't bother us because we were watching this, which I think it might have gotten a few other. He brought it to the buffet. You remember?
Yes, I was just going to say
He put
that.
it on the chair at the table. Now the dog was great.
Very well behaved.
Right. He didn't lean on, didn't take anything off the table, didn't chase the guy.
Nope.
He just sat there. The guy got his
there.
food, came back.
I even took a picture of him sitting on it. I was going to mention that. I was going to say he even took the dog to the buffet, and the dog was very well behaved, and it was so little. It was such a little dog. So
but it has to be that, because what if the dog chased someone? What if the dog started ground food off the table? I mean, you'd have a lot of irate people.
He was so cute.
That dog is better to be quiet.
Yeah, he was very well behaved, sunshine. He made me smile too.
He did. He was a cute dog.
A really cute dog. If we should post some pictures of it.
So talking about the ship that Mary Ellen brought up, the one I've been researching. So there were two ships, we said. One was, I'm not sure if it was Oasis or the other one out of New Jersey. And that's the big one. Big, huge ship, which we want to try at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that had better sailings were Pride, right? Is that what they said? The Pride. And I looked at the ship. The ship is smaller than the Gem.
It is.
But it's got more than a lot of other ships. I couldn't believe it had it had a miniature golf course, climbing wall.
Really?
There were so many things on it that I was shocked there was that many things on a small ship like that.
Interesting.
Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, the Sioux Taurus, thank you very much for coming in.
Hello.
Sorry I'm late. Good afternoon. Never can be too late.
Our New Hampshire friends.
Yep, he's across the state.
Across the state.
Across the southern state. So yeah, the Pride was, I can't get the name right here, right? It's the Pride, not the, let me check.
That's the one Nurse Nancy's going on.
Right, that's from Mary Ellen, Nurse Nancy. She had Mary Ellen had mentioned a few others.
This is so many, it's hard to keep track.
I know.
You need a little cheat sheet.
What else was on that ship, Mary Ellen? Okay, I can't. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else was on there. But the big thing about Carnival, which I'm kind of leaning towards now, I love NCL, but we're trying to do a little bit of diversity.
Yeah.
So we're thinking of doing either RCL or Carnival, and I didn't realize how many different more restaurants Carnival has than RCL as far as limited. I think they have a 24-hour pizza.
Oh, wow.
I think they have pizza 24 hours, and they have that Mexican place where you can get breakfast.
Oh, the breakfast burritos. And then they have the Shack's chicken. But
no, not on this ship. That's only on the new ships.
Oh, only on the new ships. I get those so confused. Okay. Yeah, it will be good to try something different.
Right.
We might not like it and never go back, but at least we tried it.
Well, the funny thing is we did 2 Carnival cruises 35 years ago, and then we haven't done it. Oh, I actually called Carnival because someone had told me that when you become part of their member program, it's good forever.
Oh, really?
And when we had the people inquire, when I was looking at different Carnival cruises, they said we're not in the system, so they can't honor it. It's like, I only got a hold of someone at Carnival yesterday, and they'll only honor it for the previous 12 years. Oh, so any before 12 years, you've got to start over again, which is too bad.
Too long ago. Okay. That is too bad. Well.
Let's see. Okay, it does have a 24-hour pizza. That's just wondering.
Oh, you'd like that. Well, I would too.
I don't remember. Yes, all Carnival ships have 24-hour pizza, blue iguana for burritos and
Oh, blue
salad.
iguana. Okay.
See, they have at least stuff available.
Hmm.
You want something for that 2 a.m. munchy thing, you know?
Yeah, I'm not sure who this person is. I couldn't read it.
Oh, Mary Ellen's going to be in Swansea, New Hampshire at the end of
Really?
August. Now,
Really?
you went up there for vacation. That's a beautiful part of New Hampshire. Let's see.
Yeah, I couldn't read that person's name. The Monadnock region is beautiful.
My friend is playing a concert there. Oh, whereabouts are they playing? Is it a bar type of situation or is it an outdoor concert?
Is it in, it's actually in Swansea, not Keene, or?
Oh, I wonder if it's up at the Cheshire Fairground.
Yes, it probably is. That is Swansea, Cheshire Fairground.
Mary Ellen, what's the name of your friend or group, or the group?
Huh. That should be advertised in the Shoppers News. I'll have to look to see.
Wait, I'd like to know the details on it. Yeah, where is it and what's the date? That
She
would be
said
interesting.
in June?
The end of August.
End of August, oh. Okay. Well, she's looking it up. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, it's only like a half hour.
Well, it's a little more than that, but that'd be something different. Imagine if you had a little meet up there.
Oh, I know.
Mini
That would
meetup.
be neat. Yeah. It probably is at the Cheshire Fairgrounds. The Shoppers News advertises all that kind of stuff. I'll have to keep my eye
Well,
on
once
it.
she gives us the name of the,
I'll write it
the
down.
group, then we could just look it up
Yeah,
anyways.
that's true. Yes.
And I'm sure we'll show where it is.
Yeah.
So anyone else have anything pending for the next month they want to share? And is anyone beginning, people who have one coming up soon, are you getting any kind of health protocols, memos, anything like that? Okay, so she's looking it up.
Oh, good. I'll write it down. I'm curious. I'm interested. Let me get a piece of paper.
Okay, wait a minute. Hampton Beach Casino Ballroom in Northlands is in, okay, so the Hampton Casino Ball, so she's playing two places.
Oh, I see.
Hampton Casino's on the East Coast. That's right near,
Yeah, we've
that's
been
in
there.
the astute tourist vicinity.
Yeah, that's in their neck of the woods.
And then the other one is in Swansea. His name is Lee Bryce. I'll write it down.
Yeah, write it down. Lee Bryce. Okay. And
Lee, was it B. Bryce? Okay, I have to look that up. Well, the casino. Yeah, that's a good question. Is that his band name or is that the name of the, because that's usually for much bigger groups. August 27 to 29.
Oh, that's when the Cheshire Fair is. That's part of the Cheshire Fairgrounds.
Yeah, thanks, Kenneth. I'm trying to keep an eye. Thank you. Yeah, not far from him. Michael O'Malley's channel. He's a country singer.
Oh, I like country music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geez, the kids would even like
I was
something
just going
like
to
that.
say, I'll have to mention that to our children. They would probably get into
Oh, he's
that.
out of Nashville. Big artist.
Wow.
This is
Wow.
a friend of yours, huh?
Yeah, that's so cool. I'm going to keep that in mind.
Yeah, let's see. She said August
29th.
27th and 29th.
Hope it's
so
a weekend
that's-
I'm off, but if not, I can put in for a day off.
Sounds like the astute tourist has heard him.
Oh, yeah.
He's good.
I wonder if our son has heard about him. Our son listens to country music more than we do.
Yeah. So, if anyone else has anything else to throw out, we'll probably end this in a couple of minutes. So our plans, basically, we have Nancy works this weekend, so we will
I
not
do.
have a live, but I am part of, and let me give a shout out to that. I'm part of the, let's see what they call it now. I got to make sure. It's Helping Hands for Cruising. This is a organization that Down Under Cruise, a charitable organization, Down Under Cruises started. And they are running a cruise-a-thon for about 12, 13 hours this Saturday, and different channels are coming on, and they're doing whatever they want to do, hopefully to raise money. And what this charity does is it takes someone that doesn't have the resources to take a cruise, and will never have the resources.
Right, gives them the opportunity to enjoy a cruise. Yeah.
Right. So if you have a chance, check into that. We're going on, or I'm going on at 3:00. I'm just going to play our game, Name This, for an hour, and hopefully people will tune in and donate to this worthwhile charity. And that's this Saturday. I think it starts as early as 8:00 in the morning, East Coast. I'm on at 3 p.m. on the East Coast. So that's what we go on Sunday, and then we'll be back next Wednesday for more travel news.
Yep, more travel news.
At 2:00. I guess that's all, right? Is there anything else we have to mention? And we're still looking for a cruise. If anyone, our email is on the front of our channel. If anyone comes across a great deal from one of those 4 ports that you see released that I miss, I'd love you to touch base with me and let me know. Either you're going on it or that you're suggesting it. So we're looking for October. Or early November.
Right.
And something from either Baltimore, New York, New Jersey, or Boston.
Yeah, somewhere we can drive to the port. And we appreciate all your support, and thank you to our moderators. And we hope to see you on our next. Well,
Kenneth said if you ever need an extra mod for a channel, I'd be more than happy.
Kenneth. Nice.
Hey, we appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, Kenneth.
Kenneth, and I will put you on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Once I figure out how to do that. And
yeah, thank you, Kenneth.
But thank you very much for the offer.
That's awesome.
Sure, mark that down.
Yeah, mark that down. Yeah.
Kenneth Lord. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining in.
And remember, stay young and have fun. Eat more cookies.
That's right. Have a good day.
Eat more.